can you share advice on delegating? As a manager, I'm often contacted by groups with problems projects with urgent timelines. I find that I just tackle them rather than delegating because I have the information to get started right away. My intention is not to overload my team with last minute issues, but I might be an accidental diminisher because it could appear that I'm hoarding work.
Okay.
And you know what's interesting about this? I was just looking at this. There's a study, and I'll just read a little thing that was just put on Harvard Business Review, and it was about AI and about how AI is. And I really appreciate this because I too find that if it's easy for me to start, even though I should delegate it, I do kind of have this tendency to rush into action, this bias towards action, and so that this is normal for me. So this scenario resonated with me, and then if you combine this with AI, listen to this. So in the study on the Harvard Business Review, they found that AI doesn't reduce work; it intensifies it. People are working faster; they're taking on more; they stretch into more hours. So while the promise of AI was to buy more time for us, instead, it's buying us more work, which means that the impulse to just do it yourself versus developing your people is stronger than it's ever been. Because if you can move faster on your own, how much harder is it to slow down to bring someone along? That's very expensive to slow down.
Right. It's like all I really need is me and my auxiliary brain called Claude or
right.
ChatGPT or what have you. So yeah, it's absolutely. This is one that's really based in this urgency, short-term thinking culture.
Let's take a look at a solution that we found to really work. And you may have seen it before, but it's this idea if you can name it, if you know this about yourself, or if you know that the pressures exist and you can spot it, well, then you can spot what triggers it. So for example, for me, if someone on my team misses an urgent milestone that's important to one of my peers, it's so easy for me to go right into it, even though it's not my thing, start working on it because they've missed the milestone. I'm thinking they're struggling. I'm assuming it that way. So I worry that they're overloaded. I jump in to complete the work, but now...
Oh, you're so pleased with yourself with that, aren't you?
I'm rescuing. And so what's the result? Well, my peer's satisfied. I finished the work, so that's good. The pressure's off my team member, but now I get in this problem where, whoops, I'm drawing I think here. I feel important as I support my colleagues, but my direct report stops taking ownership of future challenges because they know that I'm going to rush in and save the day anyways.
There's always a consequence to diminishing behavior. Part of the challenge is sometimes the consequence is just enough down the road that we're like, I don't see it, or I'm going to pretend it's not there.
Now, the hard thing about this scenario for me is that this happens so fast. I'm feeling the pressure, the milestone's missed, and before you know it, I've jumped in, I've taken over, and I've fixed the work. And so what I've learned is that if I know that I'm under pressure among my peers to perform, and then I'm going to sense that, I can spot that pressure, and as soon as I see somebody miss a milestone, I can go and ask them, hey, do you need any help getting this back on track? This is very important to me. But clearly communicating that I'm there to help a little bit, but I need for them to finish the problem. This is this idea of giving the pin back, where maybe you go to the board and you help a little bit, but your intention is that you're not going to solve the problem, walk out of the room. You might help a bit, but that pin goes right back in their hands so they can solve the problem. Now, it still gets the problem done so my peer's satisfied and the pressure's off of me, but now what I get is I get this result. They feel empowered and confident, and they increase their ability to share the load. So I think that part of the trick here is to spot the pressures, the diminishing pressures in your environment, and figure out how they trigger you, so that way you can choose a different response that will have the opposite result.
Well, and I also think if your culture is pulling you in one way, like you need to be successful in that culture. And if your culture has a sense of urgency, like you've got to show immediate progress on something. So that might be letting somebody know, James is on this and I've delegated this to James. We are going to have this back in the next 48 hours. So you might have to play the cultural game and win that while also playing the longer term multiplier game. Like it's naive to say, oh, ignore your culture and just do the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you might not stay in that game very long.
Right.